James Lopes with Rise Star Church Evening the World Out in Love. What the name of this one is Real and Fake. We're doing a simple division, sex sells in the world and such. And it's very important that we keep the chaste for the chaste, the foundation on agreed willful time of the non-chastity in the veil type of thing around 12 and up. And we're cutting off the predatory, pretending they're looking for predatory type suffering businesses that just extort from people using fear and hate according to those things. So there's two things that I really want to talk about. Mainly it's a continuation of the other aspect I talked about in the dating where around Rise Star Church, the actual words about sexuality, when they want to do sex, how they want to do sex, if it's possible, according to unconditional love offering within the 500 feet in a half an hour period of time around the main priest, can come up, can get all that issue out in the open, so there's no interlining thing the rest of the time, however long the relationship or conversation goes with one another that are looking for those relations. So there's that aspect of dividing the fake from the real. Of course, in the aspect around Rise Star Church, uh, we just made it really clear with the uh, with those that were into the chastity chase, the suffering type of business, weaponizing the love aspect of things, uh, up until the veil, or any time thereafter. It creates that time that they can still do that indirect thing. They can still do the, like, I'm in control of the situation type deal and controlling this one and making him work hard for it type of deal. They can do that around Rise Star Church, but we're getting the division off of everywhere else as the if there's that indirect lead me or indirect follow us thing going on, we just leave them alone, get the cameras, make sure third party they don't do anything that's not allowed around a well. This will go simply into division, making the chaste and the those that are in the veil, the separation factor anywhere else much cleaner, better, and it won't be. It funnels it down to the very reason, which is for the for the children, for their chastity and the foundation building, and when they decide to come in the veil, and it won't be a suffering aspect to anybody else, especially if they're older in age and such, when they're learning how to deal with those types of things. So this way, like I said, it will. Anywhere else around Rise Star Church, there should be those two rivers I talked about in there. Sonora Road with the fight up, but we're leaving them alone because they're just chasing away. And then there's the actual social gathering of relationships, talking, not indirect. Those independent business partners, you could say, in the blind first date, fatal battle, and uh, the sociology, management, gambling, with the transparency of things. So that division, uh, keeping the fake weaponized, left alone, so ones pop out, or they have to come around a well to where that indirectness, that go, if there's no, how they're usually haremized and used to it, till that evenness. We'll learn a little bit more about two-way will happen around Rise Star Church. Now, if you check lately with the social media type things, we did the same thing. with social media. Like you can split up into all Facebook, Google Plus, Twitter, all the social things of typing, getting to know people over internet, or maybe on a phone. Any of that stuff. Um, and especially the date sites. The date sites, because let's deal with the problem about some fake. Well, clearly, you know, some people can be typing for years on end and never meet the person that's so-called loving their conversation so much. Fake. We all know you're getting on the site so you can meet people. That doesn't mean that you just never meet and you just type it. So we really divided that too. And the aspect one's individually could be correlating with blind first date, fatal battle, uh, and eventually funneling to the main priest and the unconditional love offerings and stuff. They can do that by easily just simply hooking up, coming on my website, wearing green. I'm going to put that little thing on your site. It will take care of all the legalities involved that you need. Most likely I already put it in your state anyway. They're really putting it as a nationwide type thing anyway. So, and of course, this is also going to cut off the same thing, predatory suffering business, and working it down to the 12 mark where it should be, where it's just chastity, and it's if anything, if there's like somebody punished for someone's judgment or someone's problem with love, it's just a projection for the little ones until they can deal with it and they drop us off around the corner. So you're not going to have some big burly dude with a beard typing on sexy, 34, 28, da da da. Well, you'd have to understand contract type law. You'd have to understand about the reason why we leave them alone if they're indirect anytime outside of Rise Star Church. They already have the stuff on their site that correlates with Rise Star Church's pages. Well, they plan on meeting, and you're talking about the thing. Well, they just brought it up first. There's really no. It doesn't. It's covered under entrapment type of things. You can literally have a child with some burly guy that's pretending to be with a badge, typing, I want to see my parents are out of town. I just want to get laid and stuff. Whatever the case may be, and be like, sure, it sounds good, you're beautiful, and da da da. Because you happen to have the mini date site thing on there that correlates with the church. I'll let you know. So, we can meet up all you want, but, we still have to go around the main priest. So is he in town? Or, your parents will have to organize if we're going on a trip to there. Type of thing. But any which way, it just cuts off all the, just like around Rise Star Church with the offering, green, and the talking about the sexual part of love, because it's all in the constitutional writ and how it goes around Rise Star Church. And it's the same thing with correlating with the sites, and, what have you. So, but this will make it very, which I'll go over some stuff of how this really helps out with the lying cheat anywhere outside of Rise Star Church. It helps out with the chastity chase type of things, keeping those chaste. I already went over some things where, third party, literally, person that could have been a problem in the past is going to make sure someone either gets a charge, goes to a hospital, or they were getting married if it's not allowed except around Rise Star Church. Just makes it really clear, and they have the certain amount of time and a certain distance around Rise Star Church. So They really can't come for the wrong reasons or be still thinking somewhat in the wrong reason format. So any which way, um, this and I'd be really careful if you were the type of lady that we're cutting off the ones pretending to be one. Like I said, and the ones that just don't mean what they say, uh, or don't show what they mean and such over a picture on the internet or something. If you're going to be like da 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 da, and then you're meeting or you're saying you're going to meet, well, you might be get put on a page of fake. You know, it's really important that we get this proper division down and help people grow up. You're past 12, and it is fine if you say your foundation is one thing, but if you say it's another thing and then you're not following that, you're just fake. So any which way, they can do that personally, and on the dating sites, and I'll have to tell you, they're either they're going to be correlating with the blind first date, the Betel battle. Who knows? Maybe some of them, especially some of them, will be funneling to the main priest of the unconditional love offerings. Um, but see, it's a beautiful thing because they'll just leave the site alone that allows fake stuff. We'll kind of, and then if they put that on there, it still gives some a chance to figure out what fake and what real is if they're like saying they want to meet or saying they're a certain way or showing a picture of what they're wanting and really they aren't, on the site. But there will be those that are correlating. They'll maybe even have it in their actual what do you call that? Their little explanation on the sites or what have you. So, uh, so we're going to take care of. We're going to indirect, fake, different words than what different actions in the words. It's going to be taken care of all over social media, and it's going to be taken care of in person around Rise Star Church for the particular reasons of the offerings. So, any which way, really what this accomplishes um, is in that I want to kind of dissect that in a way of how simplistic it is for you. Like if you happen to have your date site and such, then it's just real easy. You correlate with it, let the people in your site that are there on the date thing, they'll determine, the people will determine which ones are fake and which ones are real. And for the ladies, real simple, just you correlate somewhere, you have a link to Rise Star Church site, that will do it for you. Guys, real simple. Okay, I'm looking for the ones that are correlating with stuff because I don't want to be blabbing on the internet for like months on end and you doing a lure of fake saying you want to meet or something and you never do. Or it could be burly dude, instead. So in this aspect, it really messes with profit wise, as you know how the coupling economy works if you checked out the pages. Um, uh, which I prayed about earlier. It's kind of interesting how some would be like morally conflicted with that. No, I'd much rather me being a girl or a guy, both of us paying this organization that we just meet at, and then none of us getting anything out of it. No, actually, I think morally better that one of them, generally the one that's more attractive, or in a uneven society, maybe a little bit. Usually the ladies. No, I'd much rather her. However the date goes, she gets a little money out of it. It's just really makes more sense. And it really doesn't take anything away from the sites, because they can still do the thing, but they do that on the side. They can even be, participating in it as it's there. It's just really add on of the coupling economy aspect of things. And with the guys, sure, you might have to pay a little extra, but it's, you're paying for the site, or if you just happen to find some that correlate with it, well, that's another problem that you shouldn't have a problem with, because you would buy stuff anyway, do things to impress anyway, and I don't think anything's more impressive than the reassurance for a woman that either way I'm getting something out of it, so no matter what, I can be comfortable with whatever happens. I think the reassurance works a little bit better for them that way. Any which way, uh, anyway, it's set up, especially with Paddle Battle, little teeny increment amounts of $6 a question, or like $20 for the guaranteed spending the the whole extent of the date with the person is nothing. But really, the girls can make a lot of money in the process, depending on how many people, how many questions, and such or the other. So the coupling economy is all set up and worked out for everything. So don't worry about it. And uh, just think of it as education. We are putting the veil down, pushing the thing down. Sure. It's we got an allured aspect of society. Well, it's plain and simple. You're above 12. You're going to mean what you say or what you show, or we're going to call you fake, because you are. You've got to actually be able to talk about it in a real format. And I have no problem with someone's like different thing that I would want, as long as they're honest and true about it. I don't have to sit there and go, "You're a liar." Don't mean any of that. What are you? You know what I mean? So, um, take care of it in society, anywhere you're at, with the fake indirect. Just mirror. You're real easy. If you come around High Star Church, you'll see. All you have to do is look at the ones that look like me. So I'm doing the prayer in your face until the Queen comes. It's the same thing. Yeah. You think I'm going to follow anything? No way. Two-way chase, counterbalance. It goes this way. It's the only way I can get this little Queen to come anyway. So, and but of course, whatever push all you want, go with no, around Rise Star Church, but anywhere outside of that 500 feet, half an hour, exactly, just give them exactly what they give, nothing. And want you to chase to give them their answer. So, won't ask. So, and on the social media, just let's make it really clear what we're looking for and stick by it. There will be plenty that are real according to that. But as of acting under 12 and not meaning what you say or show, don't expect any comments. And you might be put on a page. So, we're going to be real. God bless. Thank you from Rise Star Church.